Okay. Yeah, we'll stop this now. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hello. Oh, I keep forgetting to take the watermark of the stinking music off the stream. Hello. Ooh, two viewers today. I don't know. It is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everybody who is a dad. You know. Um, I'm guessing everyone's busy with Father's Day. Maybe I don't know who's here. What's up, Poke? Oh my gosh, so good to see you here. Yeah, I am. Oh, what's up, Casey? Welcome, welcome. Let's go, let's go. Yeah, I'm guessing people are just busy, Father's Day and whatnot, or who knows, or they're just asleep. I don't think I think this is the earliest I've ever gone live. But I've got a busy day ahead of me. I am gonna go watch The Flash in an hour. I do not condone any of the actions by Ezra Miller, but at the same time, I've waited for this movie since it was announced in 2013. It's literally been a decade. It was supposed to come out in 2014, then it was supposed to come out in 2016, then 17, then 18, then 2021, then 2022, and now it's here, 2023. So like I feel like since I was so committed to it early on, like I gotta watch it now. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyways, and then after that, I'm going to level up my ninja gym that I train at. We're gonna set up a lovely, lovely international competition. We're gonna work on the camera equipment. I might get to test some courses today. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. It'll be fun. Anyways, just kind of stalling time so that way more people can hop in the chat. Very good to see people here today, though. Hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Welcome back to Kane's Soapbox, where we go over many different avenues of ninja, whether it's as an athlete, as a coach, as a fan of shows, as someone who's working for leagues. You know, we're going to talk about as much as we possibly can in this series and open the floor up. Yeah. What do you mean there's something else going on during the soapbox? Father's Day? I'm confused. Or is some like Roblox thing going on? I don't know. I don't follow the Roblox community all that much. I probably should. I kind of just hop in there for views, not gonna lie. Dang. Church. Yeah, I need to find a church. I am a Christian, and ever since I moved here, I've been incredibly busy. Just working in general and trying to like get things sorted out. So I don't have a church yet. But next week, Worlds for the World Ninja League. It's the busiest I'm gonna be, and then after that, my schedule cracks wide open, and I can actually like settle into a routine. So yeah, that makes sense. All right, well, let's recap what happened in the last episode of Soapbox. So last episode we talked about the ninja cycle, which is a cycle that every ninja show goes through, or almost every Ninja Warrior show goes through, where, you know, it gets super popular. It's really easy to pitch. You know, and then someone wins and the viewers start going down, and then the twists show up, and then there's one exception to this, and that is Sasuke. And why is Sasuke an exception? Simple, because it's just one broadcast a year. It's like the Super Bowl. Everyone will tune in to watch the Super Bowl halftime show, just the one time in the year, because they only get it that one time a year. It's that big special event. It gets a whole bunch of hype, and then no one really pays attention to it until the next one's announced the next year. So like the ninja cycle, this cancellation process does not apply to Sasuke. And we last discussed that Sasuke, if anything, would be the last Ninja Warrior show left in the world years from now. It's popular enough. It's only being produced once, and it's not on for 15 weeks. It's on for one night, you know. So today what we're going to talk about, oh gosh. Today we're going to, yeah, get over Sasuke. And I'm going to elaborate on this, episode 2. Essentially, today we're going to be discussing other options for Ninja Warrior fans besides Sasuke. For all of the reasons that I just listed. For one, Sasuke's only on once a year. If you're looking for consistent content from Ninja, Sasuke is never going to give that to you. Probably not. I don't know. Yeah, they're not going back to 2 tournaments a year, at least not for a really long time. Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy. So today we're gonna go over our options, a little passive aggressively. It's gonna be fun, and then we'll open up the floor for discussion. So first off, I understand that you guys have different tastes. I keep forgetting I need to adjust the camera for all of these slides. That's what I do. Yeah, so I just want to start by saying I understand you guys have different tastes. I get it. So some of you guys might not be interested in some of the options that I'm going to present to you guys right now. And that's totally fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Everyone can like what they like and whatever else. But I encourage you to look into all of these options so that way, we can, see what works best for you guys. All right. I believe there are 4 options with an explanation as to why. So let's go. First off, you can watch everything on the vault. I forgot to link the vault in the description. And then I did type in bottom text. I typed bottom text in on purpose. So you can watch everything that I'm about to mention on the vault. If you don't know what the vault is, join my Discord server. The vault is our list of archives that we've been making. Recently, we have gotten basically every International Ninja Warrior show. We're missing a couple, and I don't think we're ever going to find them. And then we also have a good amount of old school Japanese obstacle course shows as well, which we'll get into right now. But first, our first option for Sasuke fans specifically. What can you do years from now when Sasuke is the only ninja show left in the world? Oops. Oh, wait. I forgot I have this. Oh, yeah. I just want to make a disclaimer, I guess. I don't hate Sasuke. Sasuke, I don't think Sasuke's good right now. It's really not. It's kind of mid and very disappointing, honestly. But, this is coming from, honestly, a place of frustration. I don't dislike Sasuke, but I'm tired of the conversations about it, so much so that I muted the Sasuke chat on the Discord server that I'm supposed to run. So I just don't care. I don't want to. I don't want to. It's one of those things where it's everyone gets excited about it when the numbers drop and the trailer drops and the broadcast happens and it's super super exciting. And everyone gets excited about it being put on the vault. Everyone gets excited about seeing Paravi, and it makes sense that it's new stuff. I get it, totally fair. I get excited too. I almost just sneezed. But then that goes from November to maybe early January, mid-January, at least February, all the way until the next November or October, really. Where you guys are talking about nothing, essentially. You're asking, what if this happened in 2007 with someone who didn't compete in that tournament? Or what if this person never had an injury or something like that? And I get it. It's fun to speculate, but I have not seen a single original thought on Sasuke in years. Because everything has been talked about and it's tiring. We will get into what Uxie and Poke are saying. Hi, Jipg. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Casey, I muted the Sasuke chat. Totally fair. Yeah, I'm just like, it doesn't. It's one of those things where the talks about Sasuke are honestly kind of tiring. I'm surprised none of you guys are tired of it right now. And I have some propositions here. So, option one for if you're a Sasuke fan and we're in, let's say, 2026, 2027, and Sasuke is the only ninja show left in the world, you can leave. I'm not trying to kick y'all out here. I'm not trying to gatekeep Ninja Warrior or something like that. But you can leave if you want to. Or I can leave. I'm who knows? I could leave, but I don't really want to leave. I still enjoy the community as a whole. But Sasuke will not provide you with the year-long entertainment that you want. You know, you guys want new things constantly. And at best you get an announcement that applications are open, which is in April. An announcement about filming, which is in October. Filming in October. Numbers, and then the broadcast. That's 4 things. 3 of which are all like back-to-back. Hi, Cyan. Welcome, welcome. I forgot to put the chat up. There we go. Let's get the chat up on the stream. Yeah, so it's like, if you're that bored, just mute the server. Don't check in. You don't have to constantly hover when there's nothing. Like, there are people who genuinely wait for Sasuke news every day. We're in the middle of June. We will not get any. There are people who still hold out hope for a summer tournament. We will not get any. Not for a long time. I think maybe someday we'll get multiple tournaments in a year. We are nowhere near that point. So just, yeah, your option is to just mute the server, stop checking whatever you want, and just show up in November when the trailer drops and everything. It's totally fair. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. If all you care about is Sasuke when it comes to the ninja world, that's, again, you can like what you like. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. But please don't exhaust everyone else. Exactly what Poke said in the chat. I've muted the Sasuke text channel because there are almost always the exact same discussion topics in the text channel. It's quite tiresome. It is. Because there's nothing new. But there is new stuff in the ninja world happening literally every week. And that's what we're going to talk about. But first, we do have a second option. Watch the Monster 9 era. This is for Sasuke fans who really want the vibe of Sasuke. And when I say the vibe of Sasuke, I don't mean the vibe of G4 or Challenge. That's something that I think needs to be... that's a distinction I think needs to be made. Because some people will say, like, I want it to be like Sasuke, but then they like bring up examples of the editing and how fast-paced it is. They're really just comparing the G4 edit, which I get it. A lot of us were introduced to Ninja Warrior through G4. I was introduced to Ninja Warrior through G4. And that pacing is good. But, like, it's not Sasuke in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not packaged the way TBS packaged it. It is different. There is a distinction. So these are for the people who like the TBS cuts, who like the Paravi stuff, who like the Japanese game show side of things. Go watch the Monster 9 era stuff. I know we have all of Kunoichi, which honestly, in my opinion, there are a good handful of Kunoichi tournaments better than some Sasuke tournaments. Viking. Viking is so creative. I enjoy all of their obstacles. It's just so fun. And it's... If you're looking for something less serious because A&W is too serious for you, or because Ninja Leagues are too structured, or if you want something that recaptures that like fun spirit of Sasuke, go watch Viking. Viking and Kunoichi. Sportsman, also a really, really great show. I was actually watching Sportsman last night with some of my friends. I know that we don't have all of them on the vault right now, but we are in the process of getting more and more Sportsmans. And then Banzuke, you know, a lot. We do have the G4 Unbeatable Banzuke show, but I know that we are working on getting some other Banzuke events and specials. Someday those will become public. I will say something else that you should check out. It's a Bonzuke event, but it's a Sasuke spinoff. We are officially, and I will announce this because I believe it's going to be added in the next month or so. We are adding Ko Sasuke, which is Sasuke Jr. It's a 4-stage, like 20-minute thing for kids to run in Japan. This was in the late 90s, early 2000s. The last one was in 2001. I personally am really excited for you guys to see it. I actually, again, I just watched it. I watched this stuff last night for the first time in full. It was very exciting. And I watched specifically Ko Sasuke 4 because those are the last two Kanzens in official like ninja history that I have never seen. So that was really cool, and we are gonna get that up on the vault for you guys soon. So if you're a fan of the Japanese game show aspect of Sasuke, definitely check out the M9 stuff. It's really good content. There's definitely there's definitely bad ones in there, but for the most part, it's pretty dang good. Definitely not Spodan though. Yeah. Option 3 is international ninja shows. As the caption says, there are some countries that just do ninja better. And that is unfortunately true. I honestly am going to stand by. For 7 straight seasons, Ninja Warrior Germany is amazing. I really like Ninja Warrior Germany. Season 7 wasn't like the greatest in the world, but it was still like, I put it at like a B tier. Like it was a B tier. Like at worst, their seasons are B tier. At best, they are S tier. What's up, Totally Normal? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy international ninja shows. A lot of you guys are aware of that by now. I've been talking about Ninja Warrior around the world for years, either publicly or privately. I am also going to be making a video this year recommending to you guys different international Ninja Warrior shows. You know, what are the good seasons? What seasons are good to start with based off of like the story arcs that competitors have, based off of the big moments. You know, because like when you guys watch it, if you choose to watch it, I want you guys to get to a Kanzen tournament and feel satisfied. You know, I want you to feel like you've been on that journey, because that's honestly what we all know. That's what makes Kanzen so rewarding. You know, Nagano's, in my opinion, is so huge because it took him 4 attempts and he finally got it. What else? I mean, honestly, up until we found out he was a pedophile, Drew's Kanzen, everyone was so happy because he finally did it. And to think that in his first tournament, he injured himself or whatever. Like, it was like a fairy tale story until he got outed for being a pedophile. So, you know, I mean, okay, there's got to be a better example than Drew. Okay, why would you start with Kunoichi 5 or 6, you know, where Ayako Kanzen's, when you could watch Ayako's rise and you watch the whole 3-peat in a row where she goes 3 for 3 on Kanzen's, right? Like things like that. It just makes sense to start with some tournaments and makes sense to start with others. So I will be making a video recommending like, this is where you can start. And again, all of this stuff's going to be on the vault. There are many seasons of Ninja Warrior Germany. There were a couple seasons of Ninja Warrior France, a good amount of seasons of Australian Ninja Warrior. Honestly, there are some seasons of Ninja Warrior in general that are pretty dang good worldwide. Austria had a decent one. Poland has gotten better. You know, like, this is for people who want to see competitive ninja. Yes, there are going to be fluff pieces. Fluff pieces are everywhere. Some of them are shorter than others in other countries. What I really appreciate about Australian Ninja Warrior in its prime was that it focused on their stats in the competition. So it wasn't like some crazy story. There were some fluff pieces and stuff, but there were others that were like, man, I failed stage 1 last year. I really want to get back there and do better. And like that, and that was pretty much their whole profile. And it was a minute long, and then they're on the course. Like, it's bearable. It's very much bearable in some of the other countries. I would say Ninja Warrior UK does a pretty good job at that as well. So if you want to see like the course and stuff, these are the shows for you, and I will be making recommendations for it. It's become such a big world, and it's so exciting. And while those shows are kind of falling off right now, as we talked about in the last soapbox episode, it's definitely something that is still worth looking at. It expands on the history so much, and I would argue almost just as much, if not more than the Monster 9 stuff, because the Monster 9 stuff, it's a way of honoring the past. This is the present and kind of setting up for the future. Now, what is the future? Ninja Leagues. Quite simple. If you're only into Sasuke, you will forever just be stuck in the past. And if that's what you want, if you're just a casual viewer who just wants to watch a Sasuke once a year, totally fine. If you want Ninja to be something more, you have to support these leagues. And I'm not saying I'm not gonna be like, oh, if you don't support a Ninja League, you're a fake fan. Like, that's dumb. I'm not here to gatekeep, but the reality of it is Ninja Leagues are currently more capable of sustaining themselves than the Ninja Warrior shows, because Ninja Warrior shows rely on viewership, getting them the money and everything else, and getting themselves renewed, which means, once people stop watching A&W's canceled. It's just the way TV works. Totally normal. We will talk about this in the discussion period. I will come back to your message, because it's in fact, I'll come back to your message at the end of this PowerPoint. So I'm going to explain it, all right? But anyways, I'm saying this to Sasuke fans in general, and A&W fans, people who only watch Sasuke, only watch A&W, watch one or the other, both, and nothing else. When those shows are gone, when it's just Sasuke left, if you're looking for more Ninja content, Ninja Leagues will be the only thing providing that for you. If you're looking for something with more structure, if you're looking for something with less fluff, if you're looking for something that's just the courses and the competitors, and you want to see people make a name for themselves on the course, Ninja Leagues are doing that right now and will continue to do that when they are gone, or when those shows are gone. I personally would recommend, of course, the World Ninja League, formerly the National Ninja League. Am I a bit biased because I work for them? Yes. But I'm going to make a case for two leagues right now, all right? First one, I am going to make a case for NSC. NSC looks nice, and their obstacles are pretty dang tough, because only the top, 10% of ninjas, not even 10%, only the top, 5% of ninjas are really capable of qualifying. This is where you'll find your big name, your Cadens and your Josiahs and your Sam Folsoms and your Vance Walkers and all them. That's where you will find most of them. They compete in other leagues as well, but they all come to NSC. So if you want that high level competition, NSC is currently providing that, and they are pretty enjoyable competitions. I do like their format. They're generally pretty fun. However, if you're looking for more options, I am going to say the World Ninja League is better. The World Ninja League allows you to view different age divisions, which means you could watch someone as a teenager or as a 10-year-old or something like that, and you could see them do well in their division, and you can see them get older. There is growth there. And all of a sudden, when they're 15, they choose to go into the elite division. That means they're up against people like Joe Moravsky, Caleb Bergstrom, Josiah Papel, again, another one. Jay Lewis, up against the heavyweights. Seeing that growth throughout the years in those athletes, I think that's something that's very exciting. Of course, we're 8 years into the World Ninja League now. This is season 8 coming up to a close. And so we're just starting to see that now. We're starting to see more people grow and age up and whatever else. And I think that's really exciting. You have your elite division, which is for your pro ninjas, as I was saying. This year we've got Joe Moravsky, Clement Gravier, and Ilian Sharif, both of which won Ninja Warrior France. They're both coming out. Jesse Lebrec is going to be competing. Isabella Wakeham, who won last year. Caleb Bergstrom, who also won last year. They were the male and female champions. You know, we've got a lot of really, really strong competitors. And then, of course, some names that some of you guys might not have heard of because they are not on the show. And does not take away from their talent whatsoever. They are incredibly talented. I know our last runner in the elite division is going to be Isaiah Thomas. He's absolutely cracked out of his mind. Yeah, so just you have that option to see like the top guys while also seeing some other people climb through the ranks. Because at the end of the day, it is one of those things where if a ninja feels that they're confident and talented enough, they can jump up to that division. They can make the choice to. However, getting a little off topic, these are all just in Tier 1. And Tier 1 is just the main competition in general, all right? Ooh. We do have Tier 2 as well for the World Ninja League. Tier 2, what's up, Teoma? Tier 2 is for the beginners of Ninja. That's what I competed in. That's what you saw if you guys have followed my channel for a while. That's what I did my vlogs about, you know? Tier 2 is for beginners. It's nice because if you want to see like that everyday man aspect that Sasuke once provided, you know, where they're like, oh, they have a day job, but they're training because they're passionate about it and they want to do it. That's where you're going to find your Tier 2s. The Tier 1s, they take it way more seriously. The parents get a little more intense and competitive when it comes to their kids and their opportunities. And with more money on the line for Tier 1, it gets a little more serious. With Tier 2, these are people who maybe work pretty lengthy jobs and they can only really do ninja a couple times a week. They can't really like commit to training as much, or again, they're just starting ninja. I went to the World Championships for Tier 2 after 2 months of training and I got second place. And really, again, I'm going to say first place because the guy who beat me, he's been training for 6 years. He's not a beginner. So I can say I am the best beginner ninja in the world right now. Kind of. We'll see. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to say in the world because I beat some Germans too. Germans and Swiss came over and that was really fun. So yeah, if you want to see something a little more serious, you have your Tier 1, brain fart. If you want to see the beginners and something a little more relaxed, you have your Tier 2. Now, if you want to see some competitive stuff, WNL is also going to be providing the Premier Series. The Premier Series is our new series that we're launching. It starts in July. So next week, this coming weekend, we've got the World Championships, and the top 25% of people from the World Championships in every division get to go to the Premier Series. We've got 8 qualifiers around the world. It's going to be in like Australia, the UK, Israel, and then a bunch in the United States. And it's only the best in every single division. It's going to be incredible. Yes, Teoma Ferox is hosting our first qualifier. And I'm going to be doing commentary with, some of my other friends are going to be doing commentary. You guys know them, Alex Cunningham, Philip Scott. There's a chance that we might even get Ryan Stratus on commentary for at least the one at Motive, Brett Sims' gym, because they're boys. Which is crazy, because that means to me, there's a chance that I'm going to drive out there. There's a chance that for that competition, I'm going to be on commentary with Ryan Stratus, maybe. We'll find out. Who knows? But the big thing is it's going to be the top competitors, similar to NSC. So now WNL is going to be providing opportunities for beginners, for the super cream of the crop ninjas, and then everyone in between. So again, ninja leagues, they're the future. And I think if there's any time to get into it, now is the time, because you want your voice to actually be heard. Which brings us to our next point. You're in the minority of ninja fans. All of us here. If you have found your way to me, that means you found your way to a ninja Discord or a ninja league or a subreddit or a forum or whatever else, okay? Let's look at the numbers here, okay? Oh, let's adjust my camera. There we go. The Ninja Warrior subreddit has 24,000 ninjas with 3 of them online. I can say right now, there's not a lot of people online at once in these, and that's totally okay. 24,000, remember that number. Another 5,000 in the ANW subreddit. We've got another 4,950, so we'll just round it to 5,000 on Sasuke on the Sasuke Maniac forums, SMF. If I'm looking at all of these Facebook groups of Ninja Warrior fans, 8K, 6K, 2K, 11K, 2K, 200, 1K, you know, like these are not big groups, all right? Let's round this up to like let's say this is another 20,000, all right? We got 700 people on my Discord. There's more people on out. So we're going to round it up. I think there's roughly 1,200 unique people on the Discord community side of the Ninja Warrior thing. All right, if we do the math, guys, we're about 50,000 people out of 3 million viewers of ANW. Let's 50,000. Oh yeah, I'm looking for an endless rope. Now you guys know what divided by 3 million. 0.016. We are 0.016% of the fandom. So when you guys are complaining about the format of ANW, or why don't they ever change the fluff pieces, or why don't they ever do what Sasuke's doing or something like that, that's because our voices are so insignificant that, like, they're not listening. They're not going to listen to us. We are not enough of a majority to get their attention. And that's just the unfortunate truth. So why Ninja Leagues? Why the Ninja Leagues? It's simple, because your voice can actually be heard. For the World Ninja League, at the very least, your voice could actually be heard. Guess who's in charge of, essentially, promotional material and marketing now? Me. I am their head reporter. This coming weekend, I'll be doing commentary at a competition. I'll be interviewing ninjas live. I'll be creating vlogs. I'll be interviewing athletes on and off, not on the course, but, you know, before and after their course runs. I'm going to be, I'm working on a bunch of advertisements with our sponsors right now and our partners. Like, I'm putting in all that work. And I've sat in calls talking about the Premier Series, new projects coming up for World Ninja League. And one thing that Chris Wilczewski has asked me quite a bit, and for those of you who don't know, Chris Wilczewski runs World Ninja League. He would ask me, like, how would fans feel about this? How would fans feel about this format, this twist, this whatever, you know, this feature, this obstacle, this rule, or anything like that? And I'm honest about it. I say, like, I don't think people would enjoy that. I don't think people would like this. I think people would really enjoy if it was this instead. I'm having those conversations. I am trying to make sure, because they do such a good job at making sure that the athletes are having a great experience and that the gyms are, you know, getting compensated in whatever way is possible. It is now up to us to really make sure that the fans are getting what they want. And that's what I'm going to be trying and doing for you guys, you know, for all of us. Because, I mean, before any of us were working for any league or anything like that, we were fans. I'm still a fan. So I completely understand, and I don't want to leave you guys out to dry. I want to make something in Ninja in the future that people will still enjoy, so that way Ninja can survive. Worlds is in the Greensboro Coliseum in North Carolina this year. There's going to be a competition on June 22nd, which is Thursday. It's going to be at Level Up, which is, again, my home gym. It's going to be for international ninjas and for staff members who are, like, coaching or doing course designs throughout the season, so that way they can still qualify. So we've got, like, I know that there's going to be some French athletes competing there. There's some Australians competing there. RJ Roman, because he was staff, he's going to be competing at that one. And then Friday, June 23rd till Sunday, June 25th, we're going to be live on YouTube in the Coliseum with the actual world championship. It's gonna be great. WNL Worlds at Motive would be cool. I mean, they do the regionals there, and they're doing Premier Series, so that's very exciting. Worlds, I don't think you understand how many people are at Worlds. We have about 1,200, 1,300 athletes, and that's just athletes. It could not fit in Motive. You throw in the parents, the spectators, the whatever else. We're looking at. I genuinely think that we're going to look at about 5,000-6,000 people in there all at once. So we have a stadium. You know, it's an arena, because that's what we need. We've got 6 courses going on at the same time at all times, so that way every age division gets there, as well as like 4 skills, and we're gonna have some other activities. We're gonna have like an ultimate tag, like a world chase tag set up this year. We're gonna have a video game station. We're gonna have an inflatable obstacle course just for like kids to run on, like a bouncy house type of thing. There's gonna be meet and greets. This year's meet and greets are Caleb Bergstrom, Isabella Wakeham, Daniel Gill, and Jesse Lebrecq. We're doing a trick station where we have a professional photographer / videographer, and they are going to be filming ninjas for a couple minutes doing their coolest trick, you know, a Kane precision move, or a flyaway, which is, you know, when you lâche and you do a backflip and you grab something else. Something, just their coolest possible trick, and they're going to film it so that way it's edited into like a nice little post for them to have that's professionally made. Grant McCartney is also going to be running that station because, you know, he's all about the influencer side of things. So he'll be there. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Like, we have so much going on. And then that's not even the merch. Like, Series 1 is going to show up to sell their shoes. We've got Neighborhood Ninjas, which is a nonprofit. They give scholarships out to athletes who are like lower income so they can actually have the opportunity to compete. Like, there's so many things going on. It's such a big event, and I cannot wait to finally like show every side of that and hopefully get more people interested in this league as we continue to grow, and as we launch the Premier Series in the summer. It's going to be so fun. I'm very excited. With that said, let's open up the floor to discussion. I know I kind of rambled about WNL for a super long time. Does anyone have any questions or thoughts on... Does anyone have any questions or thoughts on any of these slides at all? And actually, let me set up a poll here. Okay. I'm going to set up a poll in the chat as well. Now, for this poll, there are no correct answers. This is entirely up to your opinion. No one's judging. You know, it is what it is. Let's see what we've got here. I did not see the chat, honestly. What WNL is doing is perfect, optimal for growth. I would agree. It's very good for growth. There is a bit of a hiccup, and we are definitely going to be talking about this in future episodes. But essentially, you know, this isn't something exclusive that's a problem to WNL. This is across all ninja leagues in general. Basically, you know, when teenagers get older, there are real choices that they have to make. Obviously, they have to think about college, or, you know, if they want to go to the military, if they just want to work, you know, what do they want to do after high school? And for some of them, you know, they have real shots at athletic opportunities that are not ninja. So yeah, it's one of those things where you definitely have to like make tough choices, and there are some teens currently who are choosing to opt out of Ninja so that way they can pursue opportunities that maybe get them college scholarships or something that they can potentially build a career out of. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like Ninja is not in a place right now to get people to do this full time unless you're like a gym owner. And even then, a lot of gym owners are doing it part time right now. So yeah, it's just one of those things where like I don't know. But this is an interesting poll here, seeing these results. There's 5 votes. There's 7 people in the chat. Hi, Sasha. 100% watching M9 shows, especially Sportsman. Sportsman's a banger. Sportsman is a lot of fun. We'll end the poll. I think this is pretty much everyone who voted. Surprised to see that the majority, even though it was like it's 2 to 1 to 1 to 1, the majority voted for international ninja shows. I think most people will move on, although they will still rewatch Sasuke, and that's totally fine. Part of me thinks that ninja leagues and ninja shows cannot coexist. Totally Normal says it perfectly. Ninja Warrior is a pretty huge franchise. There's a good chance you'll find someone who knows about Ninja Warrior, for sure. There are people who know what Ninja Warrior is. And when people ask me, like I work 2 jobs, and when I'm at my other job, people ask me, oh, what's your second job? I say I work for the World Ninja League. I'm a reporter for, and they're like, oh, like Ninja Warrior. And I'm like, kind of, yes. It's like, it's an obstacle course. It's ninja obstacles. So like, they're not wrong. But of course, in their head, they're thinking about the shows. And because of that, the leagues are getting sidelined. I personally think it's going to be really good for ninja leagues to not have ninja shows. While ninja shows provide that extra like publicity and exposure and stuff like that, and it gets fans to fall down the rabbit hole, I think there's always going to be this conflict between what ninja should be, because a lot of people are going to end up comparing ninja leagues to ninja shows. And a lot of people are going to watch the shows and then complain that it's not serious enough, or there needs to be more rules. It needs to stop being a reality TV show. And so there's always going to be 2 different groups going back and forth between like, do we want it to be a sport? Do we want it to be a show? I personally think that one or the other has to die so the other one can properly thrive, and not out of like, oh, we enjoy it, but just like there's no other options, What's up, Lab Duck? Yeah, it's one of those things where I have a plan. I don't want to see this sport die. Oh, it's Merte. That's right. Hello. I forgot you were in the last soapbox as well. Hello, Merte. Yeah, it's just one of those things where I wanna see this sport survive, and the sport itself is going to be fine. Like, we're gonna make it to 2030. We'll probably make it further than that. The ninja leagues will make it further than that. Which ninja leagues? I don't know. Probably WNL though. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just it's crazy to think about, but we gotta. I don't know. I guess it's just our job as fans to make sure that we're supporting what we want to support and not getting in the way of others when we are not the hugest fans of things. I don't know. It's one of those things where we really have to like decide, like, is ninja something that I will continue to watch? And if so, how can I support them to make sure that these ninjas can eventually have some opportunities? We're definitely going to do an episode more on ninja leagues and what's going on with the ninja leagues. That's not going to be this episode. We don't have enough time. There's so much to cover. So much to cover. And honestly, it's something that I'm still doing research on. I mean, Totally Normal, I don't think you get it. The ninja competitors on the show have been in leagues for a long... They've been in there since they began. Like, the first NNL, WNL champion was Jeff Britton. Like, these people are doing, they're doing the leagues. It's just which leagues are they doing now? Because they're not doing all of them, or at least not everyone is doing all of them. So, like, okay, let's look at the full run order. We're gonna look at the run order for elites and see how many. I will pull up the run order for the elite division for Worlds this week. And this doesn't include people who have already, like, who are not qualified. Like, RJ's not on the list right now, but RJ's going to be on the list because he's going to qualify at the level up competition. So, like, okay, look, immediately. Sawyer Shaw is a cracked out ninja. Teoma, what? Leagues are not for kids. I mean, I'm not like mad at that. I'm not mad at that age separation, I guess, but to say that leagues are for kids is kind of ridiculous. Kids definitely have the most numbers, but like, no, like there's so many. Anyway, so these are the first runners, and we got Brady Parks, really solid. Brooks Bieber, like these are very talented ninjas. Xavier Dantzler, X, Nolan LaJoy, fucking cracked. Man, Callie Alexander, very good. You got Matt D'Amico and Joe Moravsky and Colton Supa and Amir Malik. Man, these are like I'm skipping over. Ryan Scott's really good too. Oh my gosh. Who else? Aiden Wood and Brett Strong. Okay, Joe Capo and Demetrio. Demetrio is a French ninja. There's a lot of French ninjas showing up this year. It's very exciting. Arthur Reyes, Pax Carslaw, Jonathan Castaneda. Like, all of these names mean like nothing to so many of you guys. But these are big names. And then you've got your Donovan Matoyers. Jeremy Waters, very solid competitor. Noah Munier. You're gonna, if you don't know the name by now, remember the name Noah Munier. That's all I will say. That's all I can say. Avery Glance, very talented ninja. Kevin Rodriguez and Gavin Obey. Oh my gosh. Jody Avila. We're ending this wave with Dave Kavanaugh. Very, very solid. Caleb Bergstrom. Incredible competitor. One of the best in the world. And again, he was the world champion at the last championship. So that's really big. Ilian Sharif, Ninja Warrior France champion. Jesse Lebrec. Isaac Sullivan. Luke Dillon, cracked out of his mind. Abby Clark. Lucas Reale. Ooh, highlighted a bunch. Man. Jonathan Bange. Barry Boyd. You're going to want to remember that name. Man, who else? I mean, Lucy Kachuk is pretty solid as well. Sam Folsom and Evan White and Alex Rail and James Burns and James Finella and Silas Snyder. Look at that run. Oh my gosh, bro. Bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Ryan Meeks. Very solid. Ethan Gardulski. Paul Woods. Matthew Hall. Oh my gosh, you guys. Now we're just geeking out. Isabella Wakeham. Are you kidding me? Oh gosh. Isabella Wakeham. Megan Budway. Tom Alberti. Keith French. Joe Meisner. Who, if you guys haven't checked, go check out the World Ninja League YouTube. I do a podcast for the World Ninja League. And Joe Meisner was my guest in the latest episode that just dropped yesterday. And then Phil Folsom. Phil Folsom's incredible. Where is Brady? Brady, what do you mean? Brady Parks? Brady Parks was like way up top. Yeah, Brady Parks is right here. Scrolling back down. Past. Last we had Phil Folsom. Hollis Lansford. This is a name that a lot of you guys probably don't know. Hollis Lansford is arguably the best ninja in the UK. He was not on the show. He was too young, and he's incredible. He's a very, very talented ninja. You've got Ava Colasanti, Jackson Erdos, Riley Porter, Clement Gravier, another Ninja Warrior France champion, Addie Herman, and Tyler Smith back to back. Really, really big. Moran Jelique, who is she is the best female ninja in France, followed by Madeline Medaris. I feel like I'm saying some of these wrong. Emily Gardner. And then we end with Ethan Bartnicki and Isaiah Thomas. Bro. Like, come on. Come on. That's crazy. Yeah, so that's a whole bunch. Awadi doesn't really do gym comps. Teoma. Awadi, like, he just doesn't do leagues in general. It's the anxiety and stuff, I believe. Jay would have been here. Jay would have competed. When I spoke to him at the NSC finals, he said that he was coming to Worlds, but then he broke his ankle. So, like, he was in a boot, like, last month. So, even if he's somehow out of the boot, he's probably not good to compete right now. Vance Walker, there's so much I want to say. Like, Vance is, like, not bad. It's just, we get spoilery. And I don't want to bring that up. Caden, okay. Do I want to say it? Enzo, I know you got a lot of questions about your favorites here. Okay, I get it. Enzo, Elijah, yes, keep listing the names. I get it. I don't know these guys personally necessarily. I'm not gonna pretend I can read their minds or understand whatever else. But when I was at the NSC Championship, okay, wait, why is Josiah not on my list? Josiah said he was going to Worlds. Interesting. No, because when I interviewed Josiah for the podcast, he said he was going, so I'm not sure. I don't know. That's actually weird. Daniel Gill is not competing. He's a sponsor. He's a sponsor for this one, and he's doing the meet and greet. Flip might be there, but he might be there as a coach. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, can you guys stop commenting names and let me explain what's happening, okay? Can you let me explain, like, yeah. Oh, boy. And then you're asking about the hours. Merte, chill. Stop. Let's do this first. While I was at the NSC Championship, you know, I got not a couple of looks or anything, but people were a little confused, you know, because they were like, they have never seen me before, and I totally get it. Like, who's the new kid? How is he here? Who does he know? Who is he here to support or whatever? I was sitting by a lot of parents of the top competitors that you have listed. And a lot of them, you know, they were all talking about the show, for one, because they all signed NDAs. So if they all signed NDAs, then, like, they're all comfortable talking to each other, knowing that they're not going to leak out to an outsider. Little did they know I was the outsider, you know, whatever. But they were talking about ANW 15, ANW 16, blah, blah, blah. And then they started talking about the leagues. And a lot of these top competitors, a lot of whom you're listing, a lot of their parents were saying that they just don't want to do WNL and they don't want to do UNAA. They only want to do NSC. For one, because NSC's payouts for qualifiers are much bigger. They get, like, actual money. So they're chasing the bag. And I can't, you know, there's no disrespect towards that. If there's money in it and they think that they have a shot to win that money, go for the money, you know? Like, that's not their fault at all. But they just don't seem to generally like WNL as much. And it's not like for any particular, like, there, to my knowledge, there's no drama. There's rumored drama. There's rumored drama with the hours. Their WNL's prizes are big at Worlds. but like at the qualifiers and stuff that they do, eh. And so they just don't compete, you know? There's no such thing as getting too big. Not for Ninja. Because Ninja is ridiculously small as a sport still. If you can elaborate on what you mean by getting too big, I would love to hear what you mean by that. But that's something that they were saying. Like, they got too big for their own good. And I disagree. I think if you get really good, I think if you get really good at multiple things at once, eventually they'll all click at the same time. That's what I'm saying. And Teoma, I believe that's what the Folsoms did as well. I know that they didn't do like a whole bunch of competitions. They just did like one qualifier, and then they did the regional, and now they're at Worlds. I'm 99% sure when I checked their stats, that's what happened. That, and like they all qualified through the Wolf Pack anyways. I will touch on that in just a second, Merte, because you make a good point. You make a good point, and I do wanna expand on that. But essentially, like now with NSC giving them bigger payouts, and I'm gonna be real, guys. Like, some of these guys are pretty well off already, even without Ninja. They're pretty well off, and I don't want to turn this into anything like that. Again, I don't know these guys personally, but like, they don't feel like they need, it seems like, at least based off of what the parents were talking about, that they think that they're almost too good for the smaller leagues now. Again, I don't know for sure. I don't want to start drama. I don't want to cause controversy or say something wrong. It's weird that money is so important. They do not live off of that money. Well, no. They don't live off that money because they're teenagers who are saving up for college and whatever careers they want to pursue. It can make a difference. Let's think about Caden. Caden got $200,000 from A&W. He got a little extra from A&W Junior when he was on it. Of course, taxes take down that money, but it's still like a six-figure number. He's also getting money from Bucket of Chalk. He's also getting money from Ninja Intensity, if I'm not mistaken. So like, he's pulling in revenue constantly. He's not even in college yet. He's going to be able to pay off his college. He'll be able to get out of college debt-free. He'll be able to do whatever he wants, and that's like incredibly solid. So if he has more opportunities to pursue payouts like that, then like, do it, What about Vance? From what I've heard through the grapevine, guys, all of these ninjas, their parents are pretty... No, okay. From what it sounds like, all of their parents make a good amount of money anyways, to the point where they can give their kids these opportunities and constantly travel. And now that they're making their own money because they are that good at Ninja, they're just going to keep going where the money is. And like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, they're not doing anything wrong. It's just that because they are going where the money is, it does leave some leagues out. Oh my gosh, Merte's just like ranting. Merte, you're starting to irritate me. Not like literally, but it's just like you're going too fast for me to address everything. Do we want to do a lightning round where I talk about everything that Merte's commenting? We'll do a lightning round. Okay. Where are the hours? Rumored drama between them and WNL. I don't know anything about that for sure, but there's a chance that there's drama there. Okay. WNL is getting too big. So many qualifiers, hardly any hype in advertising. Yes, but that's because WNL has been so focused on making the athletes comfortable, because there's more to the gyms. There's more to the leagues than us. We are like last priority, and rightfully so, quite frankly. You want to make sure that the athletes are paying for these things, these competitions, and getting their money's worth. Otherwise, they're not going to come back. And we want people to come back. We want people to still compete. It's not like, oh, we want their money. We want them to still compete. I It's not that I feel pressure to answer every comment. It's that these are all points that need to be refuted. The other point that you need to make, that you need to acknowledge about gym competitions, is that the gyms have to make money. Because if the gyms are not making money, they're not going to host another competition. Gyms are closing down for a day or two to host competitions, and they get, a cut of the registration or whatever else. If they don't get enough, or if they don't anything like that, if they end up losing money because they could have made more money when the gym was open for open gym, or if they had a class or something, the gym's not going to come back. So that's what Chris has been focusing on with WNL, and he does a really good job at managing all of that stuff and making sure that they're happy, because at the end of the day, it is a business. We got to make sure that the business partners are happy. Otherwise, we lose them, and then we don't have a business, and then the sport's dead. So fans in the audience are kind of last priority, but that's going to be changing. Like I said, I am going to be trying to make, I'm going to be trying to make more of an effort to make sure that there are things that we want to see as fans. Maybe something more aesthetically pleasing. I'm gonna be there, and I'm going to, honestly, if I see a camera angle that I don't like, I am going to step in and be like, we need to fix this, we need to change it. So that way it looks better. If there's, something on the commentary side of things that I think needs to be adjusted, I'm going to adjust it. Like that is going to be my job. And that's, so if yeah. And it's not going to be perfect on this first attempt, because I've never had to do anything this big. I've led productions before, but very small ones for like schools and whatever. This is entirely different. So I want it to be an improvement upon past years, but at the same time, if I mess up, I'm going to kind of cut myself some slack, and then next year just focus on making next year better than this year. You know what I'm saying? Hardly any hype advertising, yeah. What about Vance? Look, to my knowledge, from what everyone has said who's like connected to the ninja community, Vance, Caden, the Beckstrens, like all these people, they're not rich, but they're pretty close to what you would consider rich. So they are not going to do something that's not worth their time in their minds, when it's like, if you go to a WNL, like, okay, if you go to an NSC qualifier, you're going to win potentially $5,000. If you go to a WNL qualifier, you win a bag of chalk sometimes. Or, sometimes they give cash. They're required to give out prizes, but sometimes it's like a shirt. Sometimes it's like someone won a wing nut, like someone won an obstacle. Like you can win, but it's never like set cash. And if they're looking for money, then they're not going to go there. And that's not, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. The other thing to note is that Caden's mom is like one of the presidents or whatever of UNAA, which is, the other ninja league in the United States that's like really big. She funds it a lot. She's on the board, so she, like, Bucket of Chalk is constantly a sponsor for them. And that's, Caden and Max's thing. So maybe there's a conflict of interest there. Bye, Merte. I will not be competing in Worlds, by the way. I'm only going to be working. I'm gonna vlog. I'm gonna test. I'll talk about that all later. But yeah, so like maybe there's a conflict of interest with like the Lebsacks because they help with UNAA. Caden's done it before, but not like never really done it consistently, to my knowledge. Same for Vance, kind of. But honestly, with like it. And again, I'm not trying to start drama. I don't know everything. I'm not going to pretend I know everything. But from what I heard at the NSC thing, a lot of these NSC competitors, a lot of these teens specifically, want to stick with NSC. So if they want to stick with NSC, that's their choice. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, if they think that that's what's going to make it work, I wish them the best of luck. By no means do I want to see NSC fail. I enjoy watching an NSC every now and again. I'm not able to sit through like a 6-hour live stream just because I'm busy. But like when I am watching NSC, I'm entertained and I enjoy it. So Definitely no hate. I don't want this to be like a hate speech or anything like that. Like, it is what it is. But no, I guess my point is these teens, these ninjas, are turning ninja into a career for themselves. They're making their own obstacles and selling them. They're making their own products, their own merch. They're competing. They're coaching. They're owning gyms. They're sponsoring stuff. They're getting paid for brand recognition and whatever else. So if WNL isn't providing that for them, and they don't want to spend their time there as a result because they want to go somewhere, I don't know, they want to go somewhere that'll make them money, that's their choice, and that's completely respectable. Yeah, I guess that's my take on it. I don't, again, please take everything I just said there with a grain of salt, because that's like, I don't know enough about the other leagues and their financial situations or other people's lives to like speak accurately on that. But just based off of what I've heard, those are the conclusions that I'm kind of jumping to in a way. But I don't know. Kids own gyms. Not like literally kids. Like the parents obviously are like legally owning it, but like the hours, they own all of the rock solids, and so like they have a franchise that they're making money off of. The Beckstrands have a gym. These ninja families essentially, and not only that, but some of these other parents in their lives, they're making good money on the side. Like they're not on the side, but outside of ninja, some of these parents are also working very, very well-paying jobs. So they're able to support ninja, and that's something that I think is also kind of needing to be acknowledged. Like, ninja makes enough money to sustain itself. It does not make enough money to really thrive. Otherwise, in my opinion, we would have had a massive breakthrough already, the way CrossFit did. Like, CrossFit got Reebok as a sponsor and they took off. And now CrossFit, fills a 70,000 person arena for CrossFit games. Like, holy crap. Ninja's not there. And, someday we'll get there, but it's the object of concern there is money, and it will always be money. With that said, I think I'm going to wrap up the episode. I'm probably going to go to the movies. But Worlds, get excited for Worlds, because it's gonna be a real fun time. Thursday, I'm gonna be vlogging. Okay, I'm doing a vlog at Level Up about the competition, doing commentary, setting stuff up, testing the course, blah blah blah, meeting the French champions, meeting RJ Roman, meeting whoever else shows up. Like, there's gonna be so many people showing up to train or to run the competition. It's gonna be such a good time. So I'm going to vlog that. You're going to see that. I'm working on a bunch of advertisements for Worlds right now. When we go to Worlds, you'll see me interviewing athletes live. You'll see me, there's going to be some stuff that we're going to do live and then save the recording, so that way, like, we can clip that. So I'll interview the meet and greet people who are like, again, Daniel Gill, Jesse Lebret, Caleb Bergstrom, Isabella Wakeham. I'm going to talk to Grant McCartney, because I got a funny story for Grant McCartney that he probably doesn't remember. It's going to be hilarious, because I have met him in the past when I was a kid. It was hilarious. So definitely going to see stuff like that. I'm going to test stage 1. I'm going to test all of the courses at Worlds just for fun, and I am going to vlog about that. But it's work week, baby. We're going to be, by the end of Worlds, I'm going to be setting up like a bunch of stuff for their Instagram. I'm going to be setting up a bunch of videos for my channel. I'm going to be setting up new episodes of the World Ninja League podcast. Yeah. Like, I'm setting, this is a lot. And so you probably will not see an upload from me for a little bit, besides maybe like a couple shorts here and there. It's going to be really fun, though. I'm so excited. Are you kidding me? I'm so excited. I would watch this stuff all the time. I was watching this in my bed, like in Hawaii, and then when I went to college in California, I was watching it in my dorm room, and like I was watching it throughout COVID. I was watching it last year when last year I was in college still, yeah, like graduating college. Like I'm so excited to finally get to be there and to be able to help and potentially make it everything look better on the live stream side of things. Because let me break down what happens on the live streams, guys. Caden at Worlds, that's the first I'm hearing of it. I don't think Caden's going to be there. Oh yeah, Grant. Grant is he's running the trick station. Oh, I don't know if you were there for that. Grant is going to be running a station where people get to try people are going to try their own like tricks to make, the stuff that you see on reels, the flyaways, the precision moves, the linkings and everything else, crazy combos, bar tech, whatever they want to try. They get 2 minutes to try their best trick. They're going to have it professionally filmed. Grant McCartney's going to help them out with it as well. And he's going to be running that whole section and making everything look like really solid for everyone. And it's going to be a great experience, So I'm definitely going to spotlight that. There's going to be an inflatable obstacle course, and honestly, I want to race a top ninja through the stupid bouncy house course because I think it would be hilarious. Like, imagine I'm like going to run through this bouncy house course and I vlog about it, but I'm racing Joe Moravsky or something. That would be so stupidly funny. It would be hilarious. So I don't know. We're going to try and make that happen. Maybe if it's not Joe Moravsky, like Joe Moravsky, it's not. I don't have a first pick in mind. Joe was just an example, but there's so many top ninjas that I could ask, and I would like totally race. Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm so excited, guys, and I really hope you tune in Thursday on the World Ninja League YouTube. The level up competition, the last qualifier of the season. Ninjas from around the world, coaches, staff, champions, all coming in. And I'm going to be on commentary. It's going to be really, really fun. And then Friday, Saturday, stage 1 and skills, the main event. And then Sunday, stage 2, stage 3, and we crown all of our champions. It's going to be so, so fun. Okay, well, with that said, I'm going to go to the movies now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next Soapbox episode, I believe we are talking about who is the greatest ninja of all time. So that's going to be our topic for episode 3. All right, we're going to lighten the mood a little bit, talk less about why the shows are dying and how the sport needs to survive and blah blah blah. We're just going to have a GOAT debate, Let's have a GOAT debate. It's going to be fun. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Again, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Bye. Oh, wait. I keep forgetting I got to do my outro and everything, Okay, bye.